The next arc begins with our trio of Dragon Ball collecting experts going out once again to find the Dragon Balls. This time it's the Earth Balls. They get them all in 5 seconds. GT pacing, everyone. Look no further than this. Okay, I'm kidding. Just kidding. It was a montage. We can move quickly during a montage. They collect the balls and quickly notice them shits is cracked. They call for Shenlong like normal, but this absolute degenerate comes out instead. He's smoking a stogie with an enormous lighter? What the hell is this? I love this design. Nakatsuru has dropped yet another banger. Heck, even the music in this scene is great. They're selling me on this really well here. I'm intrigued. The use of color here is also masterful. The black and blue dragons with the blood red sky in the background. This visual is nuts. It really feels like hell on earth. Hey, wait a minute. We just did that. Well, nevertheless, you get the feeling something really bad is about to happen. The evil, cigar-smoking dragon sends all the Dragon Balls out into the distance. And we see that beautifully realized with the black and blue Shenlongs flying away, each to a unique location. We then see each dragon taking the form of a different element. This is like maybe the most stunning visual in all of GT. Dragons flying through the sky always look really majestic and beautiful, but this is truly gorgeous. They went off with this presentation. Then, localized entirely within West City beside Capsule Corporation, we get Aurora Borealis. That's how you really know shit is about to get real. Well, here it is. This whole strange situation is explained. Elder Kaioshin pops up and he's pissed. He's been warning us about abusing the Dragon Balls dating all the way back to Dragon Ball Z. And now what he's feared is finally happening. Due to the overuse of the Earth's Dragon Balls, negative energy has built up, finally resulting in the balls cracking. Ordinarily, the negative energy from a wish would go away over time, as the Dragon Balls were only meant to be used once every 100 years or longer. But we all know how many times they've been used over the last, 30 years? And you know who's to blame, right? It's Bulma's fault for creating that damn dragon radar, and Goku's fault for helping this fragile young girl actually collect them all. We're tying it all back to the very beginning of the story here. The mythical objects that have been there for the whole adventure, making sure everything is okay in the end, have turned against our heroes. Here in the final arc of Dragon Ball, the Dragon Balls have created the most powerful villains yet. This is the perfect ending to the overall Dragon Ball story. The entire story hinged on collecting and using the Dragon Balls, and that very thing is now coming back to bite our heroes. You couldn't come up with a better idea for a final arc. They nailed it. Add it to the list. Of course, the Dragon Balls potentially being bad news was teased by Toriyama in the original story. But I'll give the GT team credit for actually remembering these lines from Elder Kaioshin and really running with it. Nice job, guys. Now, surely working with this great idea, we could wrap this up on a strong note. Oh, who am I kidding? We all know how this ends. I probably don't have to remind you that the GT team really likes Goku. Well, to start this whole evil dragon storyline off, the dumbest thing ever happens. Goku says he'll go it alone and take down each of the 7 evil dragons himself. I mean, what? There's 7 of them, right? Presumably they're all out there right now wreaking havoc on various parts of the Earth, right? We have this whole team of powerful fighters. We got Vegeta, we got Gohan, we got Gotenks and Majub. I know this sounds crazy, but what if everyone split up to go confront one evil dragon each? Or, if you're scared they're too powerful, travel in a group. Help each other out. But no. My friends, this is Dragon Ball GT, and this is the Goku show. Goku is actually going to go out completely solo and take out all 7 dragons in a row by himself. That is how this story was written. Gohan offers to help, but Goku immediately shuts him down. We haven't even started yet, and this arc already has great idea, bad execution written all over it. The rest of the secondary cast, honest to God, just stays at home drinking tea. While the evil dragons are presumably destroying the planet and murdering millions in 7 different areas of the globe, tea. It's a broken record at this point, but there's absolutely no reason why they couldn't have featured our secondary cast here. Of the 7 evil dragons, 4 are essentially jokes. They're not overly powerful, and Goku takes them out with ease. Admittedly, things become more serious with the last 3 dragons, and that's where I'd expect Goku to become the focus. But not here right at the beginning. If you think about it, the way this arc is structured, there's actually some similarities here with Namek. You have your mini-bosses along the way, and then your final boss right at the end. Now imagine if the GT team had written the Frieza saga. They would have had Goku beat Dodoria, Zarbon, each of the 5 members of the Ginyu Force, and then fight Frieza, defeating one after another like it's arcade mode in a fighting game. It's completely preposterous, right? It's unnecessary. You don't need Goku fighting some of those weaker characters. You save him for the final boss at the end. That way, it feels special. None of the others can put a scratch on the final boss, and that's when Goku appears to save the day. We've been over this. Goku just picking each of them off one by one is boring. It's unsatisfying, and it robs the rest of our characters from doing anything but sitting at home and drinking tea. It turns out Pan followed Goku, so Goku isn't even actually going solo. It's just like the first arc. Pan sneaks her way into the story. But at this point, doesn't Gohan sense her ki? Last time she took off into space, but now she's on Earth. Does he love his daughter? Like, go after her. Why are you just sitting there sipping tea while looking at a picture of her? What the hell is this scene? Either bring her home or join her on this adventure. Sorry, Dad. I'm not letting my 10-year-old go out and fight these powerful evil beings with you. I'm coming. There's no discussion. I'm Pan's father, and I'm staying with her. Then, the rest of the cast could show up, refusing to let Goku do this incredibly difficult task all alone because they are his friends, and they want to support him any way they can. Wouldn't that be nice? Instead, everyone just stays at home twiddling their thumbs, and we're left to assume Gohan is just a horrible parent and doesn't care that his daughter is getting involved in a horribly dangerous situation against horrifically strong enemies that he knows are horrifically strong because he could sense their ki. Great. Once again, the GT writers do a phenomenal job making our secondary cast look dumb and useless. Structurally, the beginning of this arc actually harkens back to the Grand Tour through space that kicked GT off. The Back to Our Roots fun and adventure arc that they abandoned after 5 episodes. It's back. For the first 4 evil dragons, Goku and Pan travel to 4 unique locations on Earth. In 1 or 2 episodes, they solve the problem of the week, defeat the enemy causing it, and get the Dragon Ball as a reward. It's kinda amazing just how much it feels like those early episodes. I thought we were done with the fun and adventure. This is supposed to be the grand finale of the entire Dragon Ball story, right? Shouldn't these evil dragons feel like a threat? Shouldn't they be intimidating? Powerful? They don't seem too scary watching Goku pick them off with ease in an episode or 2. There's no need to go into great detail here recapping these episodes. Goku and Pan use Giru to find the Dragon Balls. For each of the first 4 dragons, it's the same old problems. The pacing is crap, everything happens so quickly that you couldn't possibly care when Goku ends up victorious. There's no build-up, so the payoff isn't satisfying. Lack of logic results in some ridiculous moments that make you yell at your TV, and obviously our secondary cast is completely absent. Even Pan, while present, just kinda watches from the sidelines mostly. They find Ran Shinron terrorizing this town and its people by polluting the water and the whole surrounding area, and it's comedy. Not that I have a problem with comedic villains. Toriyama did it all the time. But we're on dragon number 1, and I'm already skeptical of these evil dragons and how GT will portray them. Goku and Pan solve the problem of the week and defeat him with one hit in a single episode. Goku didn't need Super Saiyan 1, much less 4. After defeating one of the evil dragons, the negative energy is dispelled and the Dragon Ball returns to its regular orange glow. That's one dragon down, and oh my god, how many more episodes are there? Like, what is it, 14? Okay, 14 episodes to go. We're on episode 50, come on. We could do this. We're almost there. I can see the finish line. We're gonna do this. Just 14 to go. Goku and Pan head to the next town and are attacked by Shinron, who is able to grow greatly in size by using its special goo. For perhaps the first time in all of GT, Goku actually doesn't screw around and goes Super Saiyan 4 almost immediately to fight this guy. But he deflects the Jubei Kamehameha with ease, so it looks like he won't be a pushover like the first dragon. He terrorizes the city, and then we're greeted with this wonderfully animated scene. Seriously, what is this? It goes on for like 10 seconds. Go ahead and watch the episode yourself. They thought this was okay. He traps Pan and Goku in his evil goo, and it looks like the both of them are actually screwed. Is Goku already beat? As he turns up the voltage on his attacks more and more, it starts to rain. And then, the rain kills him. Seriously, the big bad evil dragon loses to rain. He beats Super Saiyan 4 Goku with ease and loses to rain in a single episode. What if it didn't rain right at that moment? What would have happened? Goku looked finished, but that patented GT luck kicks in and our heroes are victorious thanks to dumb luck. That's some great writing, guys. Technically, Goku finishes him with a Kamehameha in his base form that happens in the blink of an eye and isn't satisfying at all, but he wouldn't have been in that vulnerable state if it didn't rain. So I'm giving this W to the rain. This guy is going on the tier list with the others. He deserves it. Goku got lucky. I want to see this guy in Sparking Zero. So our first two evil dragons have been jokes, finished in 2 episodes and 1 episode, respectively. Will things pick up with Evil Dragon 3? Yes. And by yes, I mean no. What I will give Ryu Shinron is she has a great design. It's easily Nakatsuru's best evil dragon design yet. Unfortunately, it's just another Geek of the Week story. Goku and Pan visit a new village, meet the locals who have a problem, they solve the problem by the end of the episode, and move on to the next one. The weirdest thing is the town is worshipping the dragon, who they call Princess, because she's literally making it rain with fish. So much fish every single day that there's actually an excess of fish that they can't even eat fast enough, so they just rot. What's the problem here again? She's supposed to be an evil dragon? Oh, I guess everyone in town celebrates this miracle bestowed upon them by drinking booze, and they have all become chronic alcoholics as a result. Oh, but yeah, none of this is the dragon's fault. She's just feeding these people. The villain motivation for this one is just bizarre. The fight between Goku and Ryu Shinron is actually pretty fun to watch. Too bad it only lasts a grand total of half an episode. We also learn she's born from the negative energy caused by the Panty Wish, so it also devolves into comedy very quickly. I mean, what the hell is Goku even doing here? This is just weird. She is easily defeated in a single episode by a combined Kamehameha from Pan and Goku, who didn't even have to bust out any transformations for this fight. So far, we've faced 3 of these big bad final bosses of Dragon Ball, and they've all been jokes. Isn't that nice? 4 more to go. Chi Shinron is up next, and I'll let you guess how this one goes. If you guessed comedy villain that is easily defeated, congratulations. It's the exact same thing as the last 3 dragons, except this guy's a weird mole thing that starts earthquakes. Admittedly, there's a little bit more to this one. They managed to stretch the story across a whopping 2 episodes by having the dragon somehow absorb or take over Pan's body. See, look, he has the bandana on his horn. That means he's Pan. So it's kind of like the baby thing again, where you're hesitant to attack him because you're going to destroy the body, which means killing someone you care about. In this case, it's Goku not wanting to hurt or kill Pan to take this guy out. Hey Dende, got any more of that holy water? We could really use some right now. I guess he's all out. Goku goes Super Saiyan 4, but can't bring himself to use full strength and risk hurting his granddaughter. It's not the worst idea. At least the audience cares about Pan, and there's some tension here. But again, any potential is let down by the fact that it ends so quickly. And of course, it's also the dumbest ending imaginable. For no reason at all, Chi Shinron leans over and lets Pan push out of his body right beside Goku. So he grabs her and pulls her out. It's the rain thing all over again. What if he didn't do that? What if he didn't very specifically lean over Goku in close proximity and let Pan protrude out of his body for Goku to pull her out? Talk about a miracle. Goku got lucky. Again, couldn't they think of a better way to get Pan out of Chi Shinron's body that isn't so stupid? Remember when Gohan kicked Cell so goddamn hard he got derp face and puked up Android 18? Why not have Goku just punish Chi Shinron until he releases Pan, instead of this, the dumbest thing I've ever seen? So looking back, I can't fathom what they were thinking with these first 4 evil dragons. If they were going to be such pushovers and dealt with so quickly, why not introduce all 4 at once and treat them almost like the Ginyu Force? Instead, they do the Geek of the Week thing, which could be interesting if the writing was smart and creative, but no, it's damn near the same thing again and again 4 times in a row. Outside of the Pan absorption angle, which I liked, there's really no creativity at all here. They are all so easily defeated so quickly. There's so little to them. There's no buildup and no satisfaction for our heroes when they are ultimately victorious. These are supposed to be the final villains of the entire Dragon Ball story. Why do they feel so small time? Why not have the secondary characters take these jobber dragons out? Spice things up a little. Introducing all 4 of them at once also could have served the story. As it stands, we are to believe that the 7 dragons were all released at once, right? Why not have the first 4, the weakest of the 7 dragons, appear together at the start, while the other 3 are still sealed off but could awaken at any moment? It creates a bit of tension, and you're planting the seed in the viewer's head that these first 4 guys may be pushovers, but those last 3, you don't want them freed because they're the real deal. After you watch GT, you have to ask, what was San Shinron and E Shinron doing when Goku and Pan were dealing with the first 4 dragons? Were they just sitting around doing nothing? In GT, if you're not on the screen with Goku, you basically don't exist. You're just frozen in time until Goku arrives, at which point they can finally begin to move and do things. I mean, E Shinron is the strongest Dragon Ball villain ever. What is he doing during these fights? The whereabouts of our villains is something Toriyama was always very good with. We always cut away to see what Frieza, the androids, Cell, and Boo were up to, while our heroes were elsewhere. That is absolutely not the case here in GT. The whole thing is just so basic. They don't even try to tell an interesting story here. There is no depth, no twists. This big final arc starts with Goku going through arcade mode, picking off one dragon after another. That's it. That's the story. Just put that down on paper. Now compare this to how the Majin Boo Arc started. The difference in complexity here is almost laughable. Toriyama is actually telling a story here, developing his characters and the world, making it bigger by introducing the Kaioshin, Babidi, and Majin Buu, creating intrigue and creating tension. We think our heroes are going to simply enjoy a low-stakes Tenkaichi Budokai like the good old days, and then everything gets turned on its head. There are so many ups and downs and twists and turns and emotional moments before we even free Majin Buu, where our main villain is revealed and the arc kicks off proper. Compare that to how the Evil Dragons arc started. What emotional moments have there been so far? Thankfully, with the last 3 Evil Dragons and the final 10 episodes of Dragon Ball GT, things pick up a lot. We get serious, and as a result, the product on the screen becomes a lot more interesting.